one in here, so you're in the raffle. And you just stay in this area. You can get your parents to get one too, because there's going to be a CD player we're raffling off. Raffle at the end here, so if you didn't get a ticket now, would be a good time to do that. We're gonna at halftime of the game tonight, we'll raffle off a CD player from Hitachi. We're also going to be giving away some soccer balls, and we're going to be raffling off some soccer balls, some bags, and some water bottles. So if you don't have a ticket, please see Tony over here, and he'll make sure that you get a ticket. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to introduce myself, give you a little bit of idea what the program is. I'll introduce some of the other gentlemen that have traveled halfway around the world to come here to work with you today from Hitachi. But before we do it, the program's going to work like this. We're going to demonstrate, and we're going to have some of you come out. We're going to play a little game at the end if we have time. But to start off with, the gentleman here on my right grew up in the United States, grew up in the Northeast, where he played high school soccer. He was an All-American high school player. Still has the scoring record in high school in Connecticut. He then went on and played at college in Connecticut, was a three-time All-American there. He went on and he signed his first professional contract when he was 22 years old. He's been playing professional soccer for quite a few number of years now. He played outdoors in the NASL. He also played indoors in the AISA as well as the MISL. He plays now with the Los Angeles Lasers of the MISL. He is also a member of our U.S. national team. He's one of our front runners for the U.S. national team. He scored the goal against Costa Rica that qualified us for the Olympics. He's one of America's finest players. His name is Jim Gabero. Let's give Jimmy a warm welcome. The two gentlemen on my left were nice enough to come all the way over from Tokyo, Japan, where they live. Played professional soccer for many years. The gentleman on my far left here is a defender. Played against the New York Cosmos, played against Carlos Alberto, Franz Beckenbauer. He played for the Hitachi team for more than 10 years. He was an outstanding defender, also played with the Japanese national team as a wing fullback. He is the head of the Hitachi youth soccer schools in Tokyo. He also works for Hitachi. His name is Terry. Let's give Terry a big hand. This next gentleman is a player. He's a center forward. He is also the player coach of the Hitachi team now. He holds the Japanese record for most goals scored in a season. He also holds the Japanese record for most consecutive games scored in. And he's one of the top players in Japan today, and his name is Nick. Let's give Nick a big hand. I grew up in the capital of the United States, New York City. I learned my youth soccer there. I played professional soccer in this country for about 13 years. In the MISL and the NASL. In the NASL with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. in the MISL with the Pittsburgh Spirit and the New York Arrows. I also play with our United States Youth National Team. I hold my United States Soccer Federation A license and also my National Soccer Coaches Association National Advanced Diploma. I one time held the world's record for juggling a soccer ball. I did that up on top of the Empire State Building for about 12,295 taps. Okay? My name is Tom Holland. I need the guys in the front here just to slide back a little bit. You four in there just a little bit. We're going to need just a little bit more room than we have. Good? Great. Thank you. Okay, what we're going to start out with is the first thing I want to talk about. And if you stay nice and quiet, we have some nice prizes that we're going to raffle off. We have t-shirts. Big guys can have one, but it's not going to fit you. To start out with, first thing we want to talk about is the difference between our game and all of the other games and the different sports that we play. And there's one rule in soccer that makes soccer so much different than all of the other games and the different sports we play. Can someone tell me what that rule is? What's that? We're not allowed to touch that ball with our hands. When we say we can't touch with our hands, we not only mean you can't use these two guys, but you're not allowed to bat it with your arm. You can't hit it with your elbow, but you can use your shoulders. And we're going to show you how to do that in just a minute. We have a game that says no hands. And everything we do all day long, we do with our hands. Right with our hands, we drive with our hands, we open doors with our hands. And this game says no hands. So one way soccer players, not just here in the United States, but all over the world, in Mexico, Canada, Tokyo, one way they learn to control or use different parts of their body is by juggling or tap-ups like myself and my friends are going to do right now, where we can use our shoelaces. And just like a good basketball player has to be able to use both their left and their right feet, hands, a soccer player has to be able to use both their left and their right feet. Or we can use our thighs. Or maybe we can use our heads. Or our shoulders. Maybe we can take the ball and from our feet, maybe we can balance the ball. Maybe from our foot we can take it and throw it to the back of our neck. Maybe we can do some soccer push-ups. Maybe we can take the ball and balance it on our head. When I was growing up, the one thing my coach used to say is, he said, if you want to be a good player, you have to build a relationship with your soccer ball. So when no one was around, I used to talk to my soccer ball. I used to say, come here, little ball. Give me a kiss. Come on, give me a little. Or maybe we can take the ball from our head and we can roll it around our back. Or maybe from our foot we can throw it right up to our head. Maybe we can sit down with it. Or lay down with it. Stand back. Applause! Applause! Places and you don't know where else to hit it, you can always use that. But, thank you. just like anything else you do. It's like reading a book. You don't take your first grade book home. You don't do your work in first grade. No second grade. You don't do your work in second grade. No third grade. So you have to do your work. You gotta ask the same thing when we first started to play soccer. Matter of fact, I've known Jimmy since we were kids because I grew up and we used to play against each other. He was on the Connecticut team and I was on the New York team. We used to win all the time, didn't we, Jim?
I don't remember that
one. Yeah. And when Jimmy first started to play soccer, Jimmy's coach said, hey, today, Jimmy, today we're going to juggling. You know juggling? Jimmy didn't just go, yo, coach, Jimmy, juggle? No problem. Didn't work like that. The first time Jimmy picked up a ball to juggle, he broke a window. What we're gonna do is we let you break the first rule. All we want you to do is take the ball up in your hands, just like we have it now. And all we want you to do is just drop it down and just hit it hard enough so it comes right back in your hand. We don't want you hitting it so hard you run all over the field. And I don't want you to hit it so easy. I want you to hit it just hard enough so it comes right up back in your hands, just like this. Just there, you go nice and easy. Once you got it once and you know it's coming right back to your hands, then you go 2 times. Then you go 3. And then 4. And then 500. 6,000. As many as you put your mind to. Now, each one of us are going to pick one quiet soccer player with their hands down. They're going to come out here and they're going to juggle with us. Matter of fact, Jimmy, grab somebody. You go work over there with Terry's down there.
Yeah.
And
good girl.
You, come on, come help me. You're going to go work with Nick.
There you go.
And I need a lady. Come on, come out and help me. Come on, right out here. All I want you to do is just take it down like this, nice and easy. Just try to hit it just hard enough so it comes right back in your hands. Go ahead. Go ahead, if it don't work the first time, just try it. Good, good girl. Now your other one. Good, that's real good. You played before, haven't you? Good. Okay, now I want you to try it here on your thighs. Don't hit it on your knee. If you hit your knee, it's hard, it bounces away. Hit it here on your thighs. Just nice and easy like this. Good. Good, go ahead. Oh, real good. Go ahead, keep going. Good. Don't show off, okay? Just keep going. Now, when you go like this, nice and easy, throw it off your head like this and catch it. Keep your mouth closed. You swallow my ball, you're bored. Okay? There you go. Good, okay. Straight up. Go ahead, straight up. Good. I want everyone to give these 4 guys a big hand for helping us out. Thank you very much. Now, we could sit here all day long and talk about different ways to juggle a soccer ball. We could talk about it sitting down. We could talk about it standing up. We could talk about it with 1 ball and 2 players. Jimmy, if you leave your ball and come here. And Jimmy keeps it for a little while. And then I give it over to Nick. Or Terry, 4 players. All right, the boys are showing off. Or we could do a whole team, but we just don't. Give me the ball. We just don't have enough time to just spend on one skill. We want to move along, so we have enough time to give out those nice prizes at the end. We also want to talk a little bit about practice, whether it's reading a book or studying or whatever it is. Same with soccer. You want to be a good soccer player, good basketball player, whatever it is. You want to be good at it, you got to take time out and practice. And when I was growing up, my coach said, you have to practice all the time. If you want to be better than the other guy, you got to work at it. It doesn't come easy. So I said, well, how can I practice and become better? What kind of tools or what kind of equipment can I use? My coach used to say, if you had a smaller soccer ball, if you had just a smaller soccer ball, it would make juggling a little bit harder. And then when you go to relate your juggling skills back to playing soccer, when you get back to your size 5 ball, it would be that much easier. So what I do is now when I go around the country, I have with me in this bag, I think I have it with me because what happens is first I used to juggle with this ball, and this is the size. There, I knew you'd figure that out, okay? Okay, here we go. Now, if I can juggle this ball, it's always hard. The smaller the ball is, the harder it is because the less room you have to work with. Okay, so now if I can keep control of this ball, it took me a little while before I could control my little black soccer ball. But eventually, with a little bit of practice, okay, got it so we have control of it. And then I said, well, hey, I want to be even better than that. And how can I get better? And my coach said, well, you need a smaller soccer ball. And I looked all over the place. I went everywhere looking for this smaller soccer ball. I called Jimmy in Connecticut, called some friends in Pittsburgh. I could not find a small soccer ball. Then I had a friend that was on tour with his professional teams over in Africa. And over in Africa, they have little guys about this big. Does anyone know what they're called? Pygmies! Smart kid. Looks dumb, but he's smart. And he brought me back the official game ball of the African Pygmy Soccer League. The smallest real soccer ball in the world. I have it right in here.
There, you got it?
That is the smallest real soccer ball in the world. Official game ball of the African Pygmy League. Last time I juggled this ball, kept it up in the air, I did it about, what was it, 11 times?
12.
12 times, without letting it hit the ground. I'm going to try to beat that right now. I need a little help. I'd like you to help me out by counting. And I know everybody here can count. The problem is, you have so many young people counting together. The problem is counting together. So we're going to go to 3 and then we're going to cut. There's always one guy, sometimes it's a little girl, and they're really not paying attention right now. I don't know what they're doing. They're tying their shoe, and everybody's yelling, 1, and this kid's going, 1, and I don't know, and then everybody's going, 2, and the kid's yelling. And everyone, sometimes he's picking his nose, really not paying, and then all of a sudden he goes, 3, cut! You hear this kid go, 4. I don't want any force. We go to 3 and we stop. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Each time I hit the ball, we add another number. You ready? Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Up, 22. Applause, applause! Now certainly, if I can keep control of this ball, then when I go to this ball, it will be a little easier. And when I get back to a real ball, the real ball is going to be real easy. The last thing I want to talk about before we leave the topic of equipment and different styles of, when I was in Scotland last winter, matter of fact, Nick has seen this ball before. Nick, you saw this ball? You saw the soccer ball? You know which one? And I was in Scotland, I was doing a demonstration very similar to this one here, and after the game, guy comes up to me and he goes, hey, I've got a ball you cannot juggle. And I said, well, sir, being nice and everything, I said, well, I practice just about every day. And I work real hard at it, and I little balls, whatever if it's a soccer ball, if it's a real soccer ball, I said, I think I can juggle it. And in Scotland, the fans, they're a little crazy, they lose their minds. The fans of Scotland had a ball made up for this guy that lives in the lake over there. Does anyone know who he is? In Scotland, there's a guy, a monster that lives in a lake. What's it? The Loch Ness Monster. Now, I don't really believe in the Loch Ness Monster, but this ball was made for him. Okay? And right now, this is the first time ever in the United States, the largest real soccer ball in the world. Okay, that's the largest. I want you to know that's the largest real soccer ball in the world. Okay? I want you to tell me if that's real. Feel that. Get your hand off my balls. This is the largest real soccer. And the last time, especially for some of you parents, you can relate to how heavy that is. First time I tried to juggle this, juggled it 7 times before falling unconscious. Now, would you like to see me juggle this ball?
Yeah.
Would you like to see me hit it with my head?
Yeah.
You kids are sick. Sick. See a psychiatrist. Okay, here we go. I want you to count. Can you count?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta count loud, okay? Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8. Applause! Okay, now, by the way, you saw it here, all right? If you behave, you're gonna get a chance with this at the end of the day. They're gonna wrap a couple of them. Anyway, the largest real soccer ball in the world. We're gonna move along though. The next skill we want to talk about, so we still have time, is everyone would like to see the Blackhawks win tonight, wouldn't you? Yeah. Okay, so we want to have plenty of time so we are all ready and set up before their game starts, but the next skill we want to talk about is a skill we not only use in soccer, but it's a skill we also use in other sports, and that's dribbling, and also heading. And we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about heading. And let me tell you something about heading. One thing about American people that aren't that familiar with soccer games, when the ball gets kicked up high and then all of a sudden it's coming down, you see two players jump up, one player jumps up and boom! Hits with the head. Oh, people in the stands, oh God, that must have hurt. Well, if you do it right, it doesn't hurt. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that today. And there's a couple points that I want you to remember about heading. The first thing is part of your head you use to head the ball. It's right here, your forehead. Everybody, I would like you to feel your foreheads right now. Parents, can you feel your foreheads, please? Dad, feel that? I'll be out there if you don't. There you go. Your forehead is so hard that when this ball hits your head, it does not hurt, no matter how hard you hit it. It doesn't hurt. So the first thing you have to remember is forehead. Okay? The second thing is, Jim's going to come out here, he's going to throw the ball at me just like that. And the second thing you have to remember is you have to have your eyes open. Because if you don't have your eyes open, the ball comes to you, and the last second you close your eyes, it's like, your mom, your dad, they came to the game to see you play, everybody's watching the ball, and at the last second, especially dads, that's like, yeah man, look at my kid, yeah. Oh, that wasn't my kid. Bill, that was your kid, that was not my kid. But worse than that, you close your eyes at the last second and yeah, you get in the nose. That's actually okay once. That's okay twice, and then your nose starts bending over here a little. So the second thing is eyes open. What's the second thing?
Eyes open.
Good, okay, here we go. Now, the last thing, I like to relate to baseball because your parents, moms, and dads here, they're a little bit more familiar with that. How many people here can throw a baseball from second base to home plate on a fly? On a fly. No problem. How many can do it without bringing your arm back here, but starting here and snap, you can't do it. You need the momentum of your arm coming back here, winging the ball forward to make it go hard enough and far enough so the ball will go where you want it to go and as hard as you need it to get there. It's the same thing when we head, but instead of using our arm, we bend back at our waist and we snap into it. Jim, without the ball, just arch back and snap in a couple times. Harder than that, yeah, arch. See how he watches? It's like a bow and arrow. Watch. Boing. Boing. Okay, just boing. See, he arches, and then in this way the ball doesn't hit him, he hits the... Okay, a couple more, like 35 more. Okay, so now, Jim's going to throw the ball in my head. I'm going to do the first two things. Forehead, I'm going to have my eyes open, but I'm not going to bend back. Okay, watch what happens to the ball. You ready? Hit it with my forehead. My eyes are open. See what happens? The ball doesn't go anywhere. But now if I arch back and I snap into it, now you have some more power. And now you have accuracy, and the more power, or the further you bend back, the more power you're going to have. So the third thing is bend back. Now at the last demonstration we were at, Terry and Nick, they headed the soccer ball back and forth from head to head without letting it hit the ground 10 times in a row. You think they can do that again? Okay. I want you guys, is that in your eyes? Angle this way if you want, ready? Now they're going to go back and forth, but I want you to count. Okay, so they know. And they got to try to get to 10. The sun's in their eyes, the wind's blowing. Any other excuses, guys? It's raining. What's that? Yeah, okay. That's a good idea. You want to count in Japanese for us? You want to count in Japanese? Tony, tell them they have to count in Japanese for us today. Yeah, so they got to go 1, 2, 3 in Japanese. Yeah, they have to. When they go 1, 2, 3, all right? Yeah, they have to, okay? And then the kids are going to count in English. All right, tell them. This is Tony, by the way. He's our translator and administrator from Hitachi. Let's give Tony a big hand. All right, ready? Go ahead. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Give them guys a big hand. Who would like to see him do it with the big ball? You guys want to see him do this with the big? Okay, here we go. Come on. They love doing it with the big ball. Hey, give them a big hand. They'll do it with the big ball. Yeah. They hate me when we get to the hotel. They kill me for this. Okay, you ready? Come on over here with the big ball. How many you want them to do? 200, 300?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna try
500 will do.
6. Go ahead. 6 with the big ball. We don't want them to fall unconscious. Let's go. 1, 2. Look at how their head disappears into the ball. 4, 5, 6. Look at the neck muscles. Look at their face. Get my big hand. Okay, we're gonna move along because we're running out of time. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to get a T-shirt and a ball and everything that Hitachi and the Blackhawks have provided here today. But the last skill we want to talk about, we can play a little game if you'd like to play. Would you like to play a little game?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to call you the Blackhawks, and we're going to be Hitachi. So Hitachi's going to play against the Blackhawks. But the next skill we're going to talk about, to get into that, is dribbling. And dribbling a soccer ball is a lot like dribbling a basketball. If Jim will step out here, please. Now, if Jim's on the other team, and he's playing against me, the first thing I want to remember if I'm dribbling a basketball is I want to have my body between the ball and the player trying to take the ball away. So if I'm here, Jimmy, okay. So the first rule is have your body between the ball and the same thing. Now if I dribble it right over here, all he has to do is reach in because my body's not in the way. Same thing when you dribble it with your feet. If I dribble it here, you can't reach the shore. But if I dribble it on this side of me, all he has to do is reach in and take it. So the only way he can take it if I'm doing this is by fouling you. So the first thing is stay over there. So the first rule is keep your body between the ball and the player trying to take the ball away. Okay. Now the different parts of our feet that we use to dribble the ball. We all have a ball now. First of all, we don't kick it with our toe because our toe is only this big. So if we hit it like that, it's going to go away. So we want to use the inside right in here. And we do that by tapping the ball back and forth. Jimmy. Tapping the ball inside and left and right. Okay, yeah. Or we can stop. Good. We can use the outsides of our feet out here by changing this direction from left to right. Or we can circle around. Our heads are up. We know where our players are. We know where the other team is. We know where our goal is. We know where the other team's goal is. We can also, use the soles of our feet or the bottom down here by pulling the ball back or pushing the ball forward, dragging it from side to side. We can step on it and roll. Or maybe we can even, what's your name, number 8? What's your name? Jason? Step out here, Jason. All I want you to do is kick that ball. Kick that ball as hard as you can. Go ahead, hit it. No, Jace. I need you to kick the ball hard as you can. Go ahead, hard as you can. No, Jace. Jace, kick that ball hard. Go on, get it! Jace, the ball. No, sorry. Get it after that ball. Kick it. Go ahead. Go, Jace. Short. Quick, get it, quickly. Get it, Jace. Jace, I need you to get Jace. Get the ball, son. Get that ball. Jace, you're almost there. Whoa, just missed it. Give Jace a big hand, please. This is how we're going to play our game. I'm going to pick 3 quiet soccer players. One is going to come right here. One is going to stand right here. One is going to stand here. Okay, right out here, right across the middle. Who's going to dribble first? Who's going to dribble first? Terry, you dribble first. myself, and Nick are going to be the referees. We're going to watch and make sure everybody counts. Because what's going to happen is we're going to give them 10 seconds to try to kick the ball away from Nick. If they kick it away, the Blackhawks get 1 point. But if he keeps it, Hitachi gets 1 point. Yeah. So here we go. I need 3 quiet soccer players with their hands down. Right over here. Right here. No, face the ball's over there, so what's the matter? Also, there you go. That's one guy. Yeah. You come on out here. Come on. This kid, your parents feed you? 2? Good. Here's 5. Good job. Too late. Forget it. You understand that, right? Yeah. Too late. Forget it. What's the matter? You still paying attention? Okay, now I need one. I need a girl. I gotta make this fair. Come on out here. What do you mean no? Are you a girl? You're not a girl? You got a funny hairdo for a guy. I know California, they're a little weird, but this is completely out of hand. Come on out here and help me out. Come on. Come on. What's your name? Becky. Okay, Beck. Right here. You married? No. Okay. You love? Last round of chance? What do you mean no? Right over here. Okay, good. Okay. First of all, let me go over some of the rules. First rule is absolutely sorry. Watch your hair balls over there. First rule is absolutely, okay? Tachi, these guys came all the way from Japan on a mission of friendship. The first rule is absolutely no kicking, please. Please. Son, what's that? Very good! Son, the second rule is... I didn't tell you yet. What do you mean, no? You're gonna say,
I don't know.
Okay, second rule is absolutely no tripping. You alright? You okay? Good. Okay, don't move. Okay, the third rule. Jim, you wanna help me out? The third and most violent of all rules. Absolutely no. Just face that way, just 1 second. Absolutely, right there. There you go. Absolutely no. No holding, please. No holding. No holding. Now, when I say the word go, these 3 are gonna run. Nick is gonna dribble. Terry's gonna dribble. He's gonna use the inside, the outside, the sole of his feet. Okay. All they have to do is kick it away from his possession. However, if Nick keeps the ball, Hitachi gets 1 point. Yeah! Okay, here we go. Ready? Would you like to see the rules again?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, man, just kidding. Too late, forget it! Yeah, man. Okay, ready? Nice shorts, man. Give it back to your sister. Ready? Get set. No, you guys just move back just a little bit. Cheat something. Get back. Ready? Son, you're gonna wet your pants. Stop that. You ready? Ready? On the word go. They run, he dribbles, you count. If we catch one guy, count. Let me tell you something. I did this with Jimmy. Where were we? In Texas?
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago, there was 1,000 kids. Where were we? Dallas. About 1,000 people going 7, 8. Score was 2-2. Had me in a corner. They were just about to take the ball away from me. Everybody's counting except one guy, one little guy. He's like this. Jimmy caught the guy. We automatically got 1 additional point. Yeah. Okay, ready? Now, when I say go, you run, he dribble, you guys count. You ready? Get set. Hold it. Son, you're a cheater. You're a cheater. Don't cheat. Ready? Get set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 point, Hitachi. Yeah. All right, Jimmy, you gonna go?
Hey.
Okay, Jimmy, go. Ready? Look, is that okay, Jimmy? Hitachi 1. Yeah. Okay. Blackhawks 0. Now I need, actually what I need now is I need 3 really kids. I need 3, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to have no problem, even though this is a small group. There are some ugly kids. Make some faces, please, make some faces. Make some faces. Son, is that a face? Because you are ugly, man. Oh my God. Is that your face? Oh, I feel bad. Come on out, man. You're ugly. Come on. Oh, God, man. Oh, ooh. Look at that. That's enough to scare a bear. Come on. Nice face. Okay. I need someone else. I said ugly, not bad breath. Stay right where you are. Okay, I need someone ugly. God, what is that? Come on out here. Come on out here. You know, let me see that. You gotta show the people your face, man. Let's see the face. Go ahead. Are her parents here? Are her parents here? Oh, look, they're here and they're not gonna admit it. I know. Don't worry, I feel bad for you too. Here you go. Okay, you better be a good player because you're ugly. Okay, now I need somebody. You, come on, yeah, come on out, you're ugly. Actually, you're not ugly, you're disgusting. Get out of here. Come on over, no, you're cool. All right, son, that's one, right? Can you 3 or you want another kid? What do you, how do you feel? Oh, look at Jimmy, U.S. national team member. You're going to see him on ESPN playing in the qualifying games. He's right here, came all the way here to help Hitachi with this clinic, and he wants 4 kids. Okay? Okay, hands up. Guys, in New York, that means I have to go to the bathroom, okay? That's what it means in New York. Keep your hands down. Here we go. You ready? You ready? Everyone knows one over. You ready?